T. Chong, the Wokstar, coming right from, of course, Stockton, California. We are just off the Miracle Mile. I am so excited here because we are starting off this year with a bang here. And what better way to start off the show with one of the wonderful people here that actually is a hub of the area here in the voice of San Joaquin. That is Rodney. Rodney, how are you doing?
What's up? Thank you.
Wow, it is so great to be here.
A hub?
Huh? Yeah, you know, a hub, right? Like hubba hubba. So, but I will tell you, I am so excited getting into this year, looking at all the great things that we're able to do in 2020. 2020 is a year of vision, and today we're going to talk about, of course, the ancient Chinese secret. I want you to pay attention to that. But we're also going to be talking about Catapult 2020. So many people are talking about vision. I want to talk about not just vision, but catapulting and gaining momentum in this year. And so, again, this is Jim T. Chong, the Wokstar, and I am with the wonderful
Rodney.
Great. Well, there's a lot of things.
Rodney.
Go Rodney. Hey, so that's really, really exciting just to see things that are happening in 2020. How's your 2020 year started so far?
My 2020 is off with a bang. It's been dope so far.
It's been dope.
We're 7 days in.
All right.
7 days in.
All right. So are you a little CBD, a little dope? No, that's not really dope.
Yes.
That's not really
THC
dope.
more.
So you know what? Hey, this year we could take it higher.
Yeah,
anyway, that's the
always
THC.
higher.
That's the THC part, right?
We're gonna find out how much higher.
But you know what? I can't take it that high. I'm Asian, so I'm a little shorter. But anyway, but it's all good. It's all good here. All right. I think the waves here, I don't know if Stockton and just the people listening are ready for this, but really, this is a year of a lot of great things to happen. 2020, you know why they call it 2020, the vision year? You know why they call it the visionary year?
Recently somebody just mentioned it because like eyesight is 2020 vision. It's perfect sight, eyesight.
Right. At 20 feet, you see, things at 20 feet,
Oh.
So it works out well. So it's clear at 20, So that's the 2020 vision. And
it's the start of a new decade.
It is. That is also really exciting, And so it's incredible when you think about vision, because vision is so very important. And so this is a year where a lot of people are looking to transform, really do something big things,
Yes.
And how has this last decade been for you, Ronnie?
Vision. Oh man, this last decade.
Yeah. That's last is the past.
Yeah, like let's not talk about it anymore. Then we're moving forward.
Okay, so I love it. I love there, Ronnie. Hey, they give you a high five there. That's really good. Well, it's very exciting, and we can have the rhino approach. You know what the rhino approach is?
I don't know, but
rhinos. What are rhinos known for?
They have their ivory horn.
Horn, yeah. But what else are they known for? Do you know?
Their poop that gets lions high.
Wow. Edit. No, just kidding. She said poop, the other four-letter word. But no. But rhinos
lions eat it to get high.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we have, I tell you, you're also Asian as well, right? Okay, great. We're almost everything Asian here today. So, of course, we have Ed that's on the board. Let's give him a round of applause here. All right. But, one thing exciting about this year, of course, rhinos are known for charging forward.
Yes.
Do you know that they cannot back up?
They cannot back up?
Yeah, so you make a good rhino.
Ooh.
So that's it's very interesting, right? You think of their knees. Yeah, they have those nubby little knees.
They can't back up. Don't they they can't.
No, they can't. They can't, And if you know why you don't try to push a rhino back? Because that means you're standing in the front, and that'd be a little dangerous, right? So rhino, take the rhino approach to things and just charge forward.
I think I have been 7 days in, and I'm on the go.
Wow, and it's really good. And I know you're going to have something a little special popping back into the studio here. That's going to give you a little bit more charge, so to speak, right? It's going to come in here a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you remember, right?
Yeah,
a little caffeine charge over at Dutch Brothers. But
shout out to Dutch Bros, man. You guys are popping up in all these places. Although you guys are not sponsoring us yet, maybe we would.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. We wouldn't mind having you guys as a sponsor, but to see you guys developing and growing in our city, nice.
Right.
four locations.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Here's an ancient Chinese secret we want to throw out there, okay? All right. For people to move forward, right? For people to move forward and catapult themselves, right? What must they need to take? Now, we're not going to talk about this right now.
2 steps and a jump.
2 steps and a jump. That's close. Actually, that plays into it.
Okay.
What do you need to do to have incredible momentum going into this year? There's an ancient Chinese secret to that. Yeah, and there's a lot of things we could talk about, right? There's mindset. There's 2 steps and a jump, right? Why not 3 steps?
I was going to say 3 steps first.
Why not 4?
Well, because that's too many. You just go.
Okay,
why not just jump?
Yeah, I like that.
Why not just jump?
Right, I like that. And remember that song? It's like that song. Remember the Pointer Sisters? Jump for your life.
Oh yeah.
And there's another. What's another song with jump?
For your love.
You remember the other?
The Motley Crue. Didn't they sing that one? Or
Not
Van
Motley
Halen?
Crue. Van Halen. What was it called? You might as well jump, right?
Just jump. Yeah.
And here's what I love about those words.
And then
those
you got
are
jump in
action
the house,
words.
too.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. And I want you to all think about out there what you want to do to achieve your momentum going this year. We are going to talk about what is really crucial. It's an ancient Chinese secret that we're going to revisit. Okay, is that okay, Ryan?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, and so we're going to be launching some neat things going into this year. One is the fact that we're going to be launching a campaign, here on the show, but also in social media. It's going to be called Almost Everything Asian. Right?
Almost everything Asian.
Now, are you full-blooded Asian?
No.
Okay, so you're almost everything Asian, right?
Almost.
Not quite. Now, what does almost mean?
Almost is just a little bit.
Yeah, almost is not quite, right?
Yeah, not quite, but that spans a spectrum.
Right.
So it could fall in anywhere.
That's
honestly.
right.
Well,
almost anything, but you're usually a little closer there. And I want you to think about your goals going into this year, things you want to achieve, right? Do you want to almost get there, or do you want to completely get there?
Or you just want to get there.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, what do you guys want to do?
I think people need to really consider that, right? And one thing that will really help people get rid of regrets is this one thing called taking. Well, we're going to talk about what you need to do to gain the momentum.
Jump, I'm going to take the plunge.
Yeah,
a few people took a polar plunge here. So shout out to Christina Fugazi, Motek Sanchez, and there was one other person that they took a picture. They did a polar plunge, like they literally dove in ice water.
Really? Do we have it? Do we have it?
It's on social media.
We got to post it here. We got to share it here at the station.
I was like, wow, they really did that.
Yeah, crazy. That is cool. No, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool. High five there.
You guys.
Right? We'll give it THC 5. Get it? Okay. So in all things that we do here today, I hope that you all have focus in terms of what you really want to achieve and accomplish. And last year, going into this year, like what Ronnie said, you are so correct. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. Let's not look back. There was actually an album. We do a lot of things on music on this show too because we love music, right?
Music.
So what album was called "Don't Look Back"? What group put out that album? Do you remember?
Don't Look Back.
Don't Look Back. No, before your time. I'll tell you. It is a state. It is
Alabama. You said a state?
Yep.
Georgia.
No. I'm sorry. City.
It's a city.
City. Begins with B.
Boston.
There we go. Our almost part of the Asian answers that. Boston. You know why? Because they're not Asian. That's why he got it. Yeah. All right. But the whole thing is that they had an album called "Don't Look Back."
Oh.
And what the irony of it is now that a few decades have passed, you kind of have to look back to look at that album. So there's a good time to look back
History
when you're reflecting.
Making.
Yeah, when you're looking at it. And one thing I always love for people to really think about is as you move forward and as you gain momentum going into this year, you definitely need to have incredible vision, which is what that 2020 is all about, right?
I agree.
But I kind of made it a resolution to not focus just on Vision 2020 because so many people are going to be focused on that.
Yeah.
That's great. You're going to have that be out there no matter what we do. We can go blind and still have 2020 vision for 2020.
That's right.
But that's why I wanted to think of something that made sense. I want to talk about catapulting 2020, right? And when you think of a catapult, what do you think of?
it's a one motion that puts you exactly where you need, like as much force towards the direction you need to go as possible. So
okay, all right. What do you think?
I think about a catapult, specifically.
And you know what a catapult is?
Yeah, it's the lever that actually like it throws like a slingshot.
Right. Like medieval times, slingshot.
And
is actually
slingshot's dope too because like in roller derby, how there's a movie, like I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie Whip It, but that's by Drew Barrymore, and she has her own her own production company, and that's one of her first movies that she ever produced. Wow. So basically it's like there's one called, like I think catapult things like, but they go from behind and then they just swing them all the way. They catapult them all the way to the front. Like they just throw them. So basically you're just catapulting, you're being thrown into, you're jumping, you're one motion, one movement, one toss, whatever it is, but it's with major force, like a slingshot.
You're right. You're brilliant.
You're brilliant.
You know, and so that's why Ronnie is very, very wise. Very wise.
That's my Asian side. That's my human side.
That's right. That's
Tapping into the humanity there.
Well, and I know last year was an interesting year for a lot of people here, right? But looking forward, right? Just to have people get a little knowledge of who you are, what you're about. What are you passionate about, Ronnie? You're passionate about.
Man, that just is everything. Yeah, raspberries. I'm passionate about everything. Life, just life. And, what we're doing as a collective, as a people, as a whole, like how I'm passionate about building the future, like still building the future, I think, as far as, and everything I'm doing, just, what I'm doing, I'm just a piece of the puzzle, you know? I'm just a piece of the puzzle, part of the whole. And, we all have a part to play. So I'm really passionate about seeing it before I'm gone. I want to see it happen before I'm gone kind of stuff.
That's exciting. Well, going into this year, what piece of that piece are you going to try to complete going into this year?
I really want to see greatness for the city of Stockton, a unity where we are actually, not... in a sense, they got a force to be reckoned with, but not like in such a harsh sense, but kind of like that story where the people as a whole coming together and turning ourselves around, where we have like shown our face out of the mud as this vibrant lotus, this beautiful entity and being and vibrancy of a community, a city, and a county, Northern California, if you will, but like a integral part of the Central Valley, truly repping who we are as like the core, because we are the heart of the 209, and so being the heart of the 209 and the county, like really showing like what heart is, like all heart, and just really like showing what heart is to like be that better, to do better, to be better together, and like really taking a stand to really showing like what we can do when we truly come together to make things work for the people, because movement is happening around the world, and there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it, people, elders and all, everybody forward moving. Like it's happening. Embrace it. We got to work together. We got to come together. We got to, our younger ones got to grab the hands of our elders and say, let's go. And then the elders of the youth got to be like, grab my hand because I want to go, because otherwise they're going to get left behind. And the youth got to go. They got to take it up, but it's like you got to bring the ones that can teach them too, because like there's some important parts that got to, be made to like stand in a foundation, and everything's very fickle these days, and really showing like what's real, what's not, because like a lot of it is like in two worlds. It's very interesting. So I just want to see greatness come from where we come from and who we are as a people, and like showing what we are, and just being a beam of light for the world, like out of Stockton.
That was really awesome. I like that little at the end. But you know what? This is I'm listening to speak. This is passion. This is passion, guys. If you could look in her eyes, beautiful eyes, by the way.
Thanks.
But the whole thing is that it really is all about taking the essence of something, and really putting your heart into it. And I love the way you just really shared a lot about this, about Stockton, about the community out here, And I travel to a lot of different places and areas around here in Northern California, and I'm very excited to see all the great things here in Stockton, And we do have the Chinese New Year parade that's going to be here, right?
Nice.
And that's going to be March 1st, right? And you got be out there by 9 a.m. because they have a lot of people there. Of course, I'll be emceeing this with Jane Taft over at this right in front of the Civic Center.
Civic
Center Auditorium right there.
Civic Center.
Civic Center Auditorium out here, right here in downtown Stockton. But you want to get out there before 9 a.m. Yeah, and a lot of great stuff. I've had a chance. I think this is my fifth or sixth year emceeing it, and the whole thing is, it is really great to see culture and community. It's all wonderful, and really shouting out, just giving a shout out to Stockton, from the Asian community. And I don't know if you noticed this, but this is actually Asian. Did you know that?
Tell. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you can tell.
The whole thing is that this is very special to me. I actually saw the Shenyun this last weekend. Every year I go see it, and I bring some of my.
Oh, I want to go see that.
You should have told me before.
Who do I tell that to? But I'm that looks amazing.
We'll have to have you come sometime.
Oh my gosh!
But we had some great people like Brianna Keonis, and she is a Latina. She's also a professional DJ, and her family runs an event center up over in Rockland. So she came. And she's somebody I'm working with. And then also filmmaker Enoch. Enoch was out there as well with his beautiful bride. And then we had Jennifer and Donnie and Garris, and they actually owned Village Flowers over in this other neighboring neighborhood. You know what that's called? The 4-letter word? Lodi.
Okay.
Yeah.
The neighborhood.
Guess where they live?
In Stockton.
In Stockton. You gotta give it up. So we're helping make Lodi a better place, a prettier place with their flowers, right? Village Flowers out there.
Yes, 209Y. Yeah. That's County Y, baby.
And the whole thing is that I think it's really important because they actually have 5,000 years of dynasty and history in all kinds of performing arts dances.
5,000 years?
Yeah, that's many. That's about.
That's a dynasty.
That's many dynasties.
That's what, 5 dynasties?
Yeah, that's a lot of dynasties. More than 5.
Oh, yeah, more than 5.
Hong, a lot of the.
Because the only person can live about 100 years or so. So
Correct.
you hear 10 within a millennia. So that's about 40 dynasties.
That's a lot of
50 dynasties. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's pretty incredible because they actually have a message in the Shenyun about a lot of things that are happening in China.
Wow.
But it's it's not. At first, when I was going to go see it like 5 or 6 years ago, I thought it was going to be like the acrobatics, but it's not. It's actually more the dance, ballet story. But it's really
the wardrobe, the color. Oh my gosh!
Have you seen it?
I've been seeing like the advertisements on YouTube, and I'm like, and then when I drive to San Francisco, I see it on the billboards, and I'm like, I want to go see that, but I never thought to take myself to go see it by myself. I should go see it. I should just go see it.
Well, if I remember, if my senior moment doesn't kick in, I'll see if we can all go together. I usually take a group of friends and people. Oh. That's every time this year, pretty much towards the end of the year.
Yes, let me
Remind me.
Yeah, because I have to put it in my calendar.
It works out. Mm-hmm. But every year they do it and they perform. And that is something somebody had a vision for, because there was a time when they had a first performance over a decade ago, and now it's grown to be something that people really look forward
Phenomenal.
to. And I will tell you, there are beautiful, radiant colors to it. Many of you might have seen the shining pictures that are there of like the woman or man. They usually are able to do the splits in midair, and there's a lot of.
But they have a lot of gown and like fabric that's just very eye catching, and it moves with the person, so it's like an extension of them. It's very nice.
Yeah. And I'm going to bring up something here, and I think it's really very important. It's like life, right? Yeah. Our life can carry a message if we choose to. There's actually a message to the Shenyun, and some people, they don't like it as much, not too many people, but and we're going to talk a little bit about this because it's very important to our clarity and the goals that we're going to go into for 2020 and hitting our goals. One of the things with the Shenyun, they actually have one act, and they actually bring, they have the wonderful, graceful ballet and everything, but there's a lot of themes that are there. But one theme is about the persecution that's happening in China, and
that's happening now.
Oh yeah, and actually there is a religious group that's out there that it's kind of like maybe Christians out here, just as an example, and they really focus on peace and harmony.
And they're being killed because they just hold peace.
Yeah, that's right. Because they don't want that sort of,
and that's what I talk about in one of my songs. You're sacrificing. All these people are being sacrificed. It's like whether it's all in the, we want peace, you know?
Right.
And so when you see things like that are happening out here, and it's like surviving all the cries for the lives sacrificed, surviving all the cries for the lives sacrificed, you know, surviving with the courage to be the change this time, because it takes so much effort when you see things like that, and it's beautiful to have people share their story in these performances.
Absolutely.
And that everybody understands what that is, so that they're moving to their perfection of those movements. I think it's an amazing masterpiece of how people come together or things like that.
And, you know, but they have a deeper message even, because they talk about the human donors, you know, organ donors, right?
Oh, my goodness. They talk about the black markets about stuff like that.
Yeah. And so, and you know, it's not stuff we like to hear.
Yeah, that's right.
But if it is the truth, you know, which is what they're proliferating, just bringing awareness.
Yeah.
But so sometimes there are actually some people that may, because they don't want to hear it, they don't, you know, believe it necessarily, whatever, they want to deny it,
or they don't know about it,
but usually it's because they don't want to hear it, because then they feel like it's paint,
or sometimes they've never seen it, so they can't believe it, because it's like, I've never seen it,
exactly,
so they don't know it, like they don't, so they're just, they don't pay no mind to it.
And it's really crazy, but the whole thing is that you know, through that message, you know, there are some people, a small group, you know, that may or may not offends them, or that feels like they don't want them to use that platform as a messaging system. You know what I mean? Now, let me ask you this. Do you think it's right or wrong to use something so beautiful as a messaging system to convey a message?
Why would it be right or wrong? That's how somebody's telling their story.
Yeah. Very good. And I think it's all about perception. And the reason why this is so important is because guess who gets to set your goal, Ronnie? You're passionate about people. Yeah. Guess who gets to determine what success is in your goal?
Me?
Yeah. You know, even if you didn't achieve it, could you still have achieved a success?
Yes.
In the experience of it?
Yes, and I have to appreciate and accept that.
Exactly.
No matter where that's at. And I've actually come to that understanding coming into this year.
Wow. How did you come to that understanding?
Just learning like where I've like let myself go in so many places, and I withstood so many things that I would never have allowed myself. Had I really like stayed true to myself and been like, you know, no, that would have been a no. Yeah. Had I stayed true to that, like, and then when you open the gates and you see like, oh gosh, you know, those are the kind of things you get. So you got to watch yourself, and you got to know what you're going at.
Yep.
So it really makes a difference. So now, like, coming into it, it's just like I got catapulted in a way.
Yeah, there we go. There's that word, catapult, right? Catapult.
The sting was too great. I was like, oh, I don't want to be around that.
Well, you know, and you know, it's like the reason why I want to talk about it, no matter what your message is, no matter what your platform is, you get to drive what is your success. You get to drive your goals. You get to determine basically what is good for you, what is bad for you this year, what is considered something that you've been able to complete, what is your measure of success.
Yep. And your progress. It's about progress.
And your progress. All right. And the whole thing is
all
that
progress.
Yeah, it's all progress.
You gotta appreciate yourself. If you gave yourself even just a little bit, don't beat yourself up that it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
You have to appreciate yourself for what you gave yourself, because that's everything that you gave at that moment. If you know you can give more, then give more.
Right.
And just do it. Yeah. Just go at it and be happy and be proud of yourself.
Right.
Be proud of yourself.
Yeah, that is so true. You don't beat yourself up. That's what Asian people do. We always do martial arts, and we always are avenging, right? We're always on, you know, you've got to. Yeah, that's right. We're always avenging in the Asian movies, right? We're avenging my brother's cousin's wife's nephew's dog that you killed or somebody killed, right?
Yeah.
So
can we just break that cycle for
and you know, I want to make sure. Oh wait, there's your thing to help you take it higher, right? There we go. This is Dutch Brothers, and so
like, where's it affecting them in their life at that moment? You know,
exactly. And you know what is really remarkable? A lot of times we don't just sit back and really enjoy our victories. And here's the sad part. It could be that you've done some phenomenal things, but unfortunately and fortunately, we end up focusing on the thing that maybe we didn't feel like was quite right.
You're so right.
You know?
I do that so much.
Oh, you know, and you're not alone. And so the real key is to be realistic, to understand the things that make you move forward, but at the same time, acknowledge what reality sets in for you. And there's nothing wrong with acknowledging, hey, failure, right?
Yeah. Failure happens.
Failure happens, but that doesn't make, just because you experience failure doesn't make you a failure.
Right.
Would you agree with that?
I agree.
You know, like that coffee, right? What man's, that coffee, how's it taste?
I haven't had coffee in a long time.
Okay.
That's actually pretty good.
Now she's justifying something. No, I'm just kidding.
I haven't had coffee, but it is good.
But
I shouldn't be drinking
what makes it good? What makes it good?
It's sweet.
It's sweet. Now, you know what? Somebody that doesn't like sweetness, there are those people, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not one of them. But they might say, oh, that coffee's too sweet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They might have a criticism in it.
Yeah.
And I want you to let you know, don't let somebody else's opinion define your reality. That is so very important.
Say that again.
Right? Don't let other people's opinion define your reality.
Your reality.
Your reality. Mm-mm. Because your reality.
And their opinion is their opinion.
That's right.
It has nothing to do with your reality.
Exactly.
They form it in their own bubble. Your reality comes from your own bubble.
Exactly.
Don't confuse the two.
Exactly. And, it's really important to understand and gain perception. And, I want to throw, not throw. Even though in the martial arts movie, this is like a deadly guillotine that you can throw, and it will slice somebody's head off. But the whole thing is, it's true. Have you ever seen the flying guillotine in the martial arts movie? They have this thing that looks like this. It was a cage, and it kind of flew over. They'd throw it and drop on somebody's head. The cage would drop down. They'd pull it, and then it would rip by the neck. Right? So anyway,
so vicious.
But anyway, that's martial arts.
Yeah, I
know. But this hat is something that is really special to me. This is actually from a place called Locke, California.
Oh.
And you know where Locke is?
No.
Locke is just outside of Sacramento. Outside of Sacramento.
Really?
Do you know where Walnut Grove is? Walnut Grove, between here and Elk Grove, right? Mm-hmm. And the whole thing about this hat, it is really pretty good here. And, the whole thing is Locke is really one of the last remaining Chinese rural town in all of the United States.
Really?
That means small people like me, Chinese people, still reside there. However, it is like a little.
Have you gone there yet? You gotta go.
I've gone there. I actually MC there for about 4 years. Their annual festival. But go check it out. It's like a little Epcot center. You have these old buildings.
These?
Yeah. They didn't actually make those. Now this is a good hat. This is why I chose this to be a Wokstar hat. Clarence Cho from Locke, he actually owned part of the city, right? Okay. But I just wanted to mention, we're going to talk a little bit more about why this hat is so significant, but it reminds me of where I came from, right? Mm-hmm. And some people actually look at that and they say, you know what? This hat is actually kind of prejudicial. It's racial.
Oh, they may
but
say,
you know what? Are they entitled to their opinion?
Yeah.
But does that define my reality?
No. That's your culture.
Yeah, I talked to over 30, 40 community leaders in the Asian community, right? Mm. And, if the guy that we honored at one of this, the CACS, that's Chinese American Council of Sacramento, I was on the board for many years. If we can honor the man whose shop carries this hat, I think it's okay to have this hat.
Yeah.
But for some people, there may be a reason why they perceive things the way they perceive them.
Yes.
And that's a whole other discussion on next show.
That's a whole other discussion because you're getting into trauma, cellular memory.
Yep, that's right.
All kinds of
things. But you know what? People that have fought in the war.
Yes.
Sometimes the
image of this might traumatize them.
Exactly. Yeah. And so we want to make sure that, no matter what people perceive here of this, their opinion, guess what? This is ultimately still a hat to me, but it symbolizes hard work, the culture. Mm. And you know what it also symbolizes?
What?
Chinese martial arts. They always wear these hats, right? Let's throw it, cut someone's head off like a guillotine, right?
But then they got to duck like this.
Yeah, and I think we gotta pay attention here. Are we able to have another 10 or no?
Yeah, we can. Okay,
10 but here's the thing I want to mention. Dennis Lee has been actually an icon in the community for a lot of reasons.
Okay,
he started the Asian chamber here, the actual chamber here. Okay.
Okay.
The Chinese chamber.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And so Central Valley Asian American Chamber of Commerce.
Okay, Central Valley
Asian American Chamber of Commerce, and it's hard for me to remember. We're good at math, but not so good at memory, especially when we're older. Senior moment. Who are you? No. Okay.
It's a CCA.
CC. It's CA.
Central Valley CV.
Yeah, CVACC. Central Valley Asian American Chamber of Commerce.
AACC.
CVACC.
Okay.
But Dennis Lee started that, and also a paper that was called the APA News and Review, and now it's now it's been resurrected as the APA Asian Pacific American Living Today paper that just came out. This is the second edition here, and it talks about 2020 year of the
rat.
You know what the difference between a rat is and a mouse is? You know what the difference is?
One's bigger.
Yeah, more meat. No.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah, but so I actually wrote an article here.
I don't eat rat. Although some people might like it, it might be their favorite. Let me just say.
That's right. So I wrote a article here. It's it's a new year with 2020 vision, right?
Yeah.
And but I wanted to tell you, we talk a lot about things that are really important in terms of what the rat's all about. And you know what the rats? What do you think the rat actually exemplifies? What do you think?
The rat, I think, what would that exemplify? Let's see. Well, they're always scurrying. They're pretty busy. They're always kind of working. Hardworking, I guess.
Okay. Well, almost. That I know that they're busy. That's what I thought initially.
Busy, yeah.
And that might be in some of the definitions, but really,
they're always meddling and causing things too. On a negative side, if they burrow a hole in something, it could destroy.
That's right.
Yeah.
We don't like rats necessarily,
No,
but they have a negative connotation. Is that true?
Yes, but they could also represent something positive because they have a spirit and they wouldn't exist here if they didn't have a purpose.
Exactly. And the whole thing is that with rats in the Chinese culture and the Asian culture, right? The year of the rat actually is associated with surplus and wealth because there's abundance.
Because there's so many of them.
And in fact, parents pray to the rat gods for children as they have a high productivity rate. I'm sorry, not productivity, reproductive rate.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So, the whole thing is...
Not in the day and age in which they are learning. No more babies yet until you guys, can get it right. At the same respect, we want them to continue and then try to do something more natural. If you guys could steer away from those... I just have to say really quickly, like all the birth control stuff that's going on, that's going to alter your natural reproductive systems. If you guys can, just hone in on like self-control and things like that, you might not need those things. So, hey, but yes, reproductive. Yeah. They do need to reproduce because you got to weed out the ones that are going to make it work out of the ones that aren't. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And, I wrote in here, it's really very exciting. This whole thing talks about food. We all love food, a little bit about the arts.
Yes.
Definitely a lot of history. And, of course, many people may or may not know this, but different Asian communities celebrate the New Year at a different month. Like
March.
the Hmong actually celebrates it, when?
When?
In
February.
Actually before the new year.
Before
November, December time frame.
November, December. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the biggest Hmong event, Steve Lee, he is the first American Hmong in the United States. Was joining here. Huh?
Is he out of Stockton?
No, he's actually in the mayor of Elk Grove.
Oh, okay.
We have another mayor here. What was his name?
First?
Michael Tuggs. Yeah. So, but he's the first American Hmong mayor in the United States.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and so I had a chance to join him, and it was really an incredible event. I hear there's 40 or 50,000 people during the weekend that come to celebrate that New Year.
There's one Asian mayor coming candidate.
Actually, yes. And
Shilolo is running for mayor here in Stockton.
Absolutely, and actually I had a chance to communicate with him a little bit, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk with him a little bit. But one thing I've been focusing in on the last few years, right, is there's a song called "Wonderful World."
Ah, okay.
And I just wrote here that what makes this world so wonderful is that we each have the opportunity to consider what changes we would like to see happen, and get to personally play a role in making them become a reality, right? And so the whole thing is that, again, getting back to, you can determine your goals, set your intent, and determine how to measure success. How good is that? Mm-hmm. How can you not get an A with a test like that, right? You set the rules. You determine what the grading system's going to be. And so,
you know what that means? Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah. Everything's going to be all right. Remember that song? Everything's going to be all right.
With Bob Marley?
Anyway, yeah.
Every little thing is going to be
all right. That's it. Now thinking about this year, we talked about an ancient Chinese secret. Do you know what an ancient Chinese secret is by definition?
It's an old piece of knowledge.
There used to be a wonderful commercial about Charmin. Please don't squeeze Charmin. Remember those?
Yes.
There was also one that said, "Hey, how did you get the laundry so clean?" Do you remember that?
No.
It was about Calgon, and it was ancient Chinese secret. And you know what the secret was?
Did you say Calgon?
Yeah. There's a detergent.
Yeah, that's so interesting you said that, because the other day I was just like singing like randomly in my house, and I was like something about Calgon, take me away, and I was like, I don't even use Calgon.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
You are talking about Calgon.
The whole thing is that here's the interesting thing. You know what his ancient Chinese secret was? He used detergent. And so an ancient Chinese secret is actually something that's presented as if it's mystical or a secret, but is actually generally known.
General knowledge.
So to get great momentum in 2020, to catapult yourself into the next year, you must take
a leap, a jump, a risk,
and action.
And
so the whole thing is that's what it's all about. So as you think about this year, I want you to think about what you want to achieve going into 2020, what goals you are setting. And you know,
put action to them.
That's right. Take action.
He asked me earlier today saying like, what do you do? I was like, I just go. It just goes.
I love it.
7 days into the new year, the first week, we're hitting the week number 2 tomorrow.
That's right. Well,
what have you done so far? No, I'm just joking.
No, but let me tell you. This is really true. But, I'm talking to these 7, even 8-figure earners, billionaires, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the things they say, don't wait till the first to get started, because you're starting to go. But you know what? Yeah. A train, the hardest part of getting a train going is getting it going. Velocity can be obtained. Leap into this year with great vision.
No matter how many bricks are shackled to your feet, do it.
That's right.
You can
do it. So by the way, Brick, we have some special news with Kirby Delani. I represent her, but she has a world record for breaking 280 bricks in 2 minutes 40 seconds. She did it at State Fair. She'll be performing there at State Fair this year as well. But she's got something very special now. So I cannot share it though. Otherwise, I would have to send my brother to go get you. Every culture. Renee, real
I'm
quick.
Ready.
That's right. And one thing. And you know what? I have a shiny one of these. And for those, you are not Latino. I have to remember that.
I'm
right?
half.
You are half. So I have a shiny silver one, and I turn it around, and it becomes like a giant margarita bowl. So that's really awesome. It's shiny, but. Whatever you set your mind into, they say, aim for the moon. You know why?
I go beyond it, but yes. Why?
Because the worst thing that can happen is that you fall amongst the stars. And so I want you to consider really poise yourself for a great 2020. What a great year. A new decade for new beginnings.
Yes, you guys.
And I want you to consider what are the things you want to do and change. You set the measurement. You set the bar. You set the measuring tool. You cannot fail. And I want to thank Ronnie for joining me here today. Yeah. Incredible Rise and Shine host. And any final comments about the show here today?
I love the show, you guys. I'm happy to be a guest. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful year, and just continue to support Jim. He's doing amazing things. He's got so many things with his paper and his radio show. He's got things going on in Sacramento. He supports the community so amazingly, and his energy is amazing. I don't know. I just want you to continue doing what you do also, because you're a bowl of fun every single time. You really help people with their stories and bringing their legends to the world, and their legacies and whatnot. So I like watching your work. But yeah, this is the first time I've really been on the show. I had a lot of fun.
Well, great. I did too. You brought it all
very
together. I was, I was going to tell a few jokes, but you make me unafraid to speak. And so, that's not why I do it, because they won't ship me back if I do a good show. But the whole thing is.
But all the fobs are okay. You can stay.
That's right. Thank you, because Ronnie says so. So again, all the great things to know. Just a quick fact: CBD is good for you. I don't care what.
THC is even better.
Yeah, well, that takes it higher.
Hey,
right?
stay high.
No, but hey, we are THC free here. We're less than 0.3%. All right, but the whole thing is, whatever. But that's a whole other discussion. I look forward to having you back here, having some great discussion. But with all sincerity, I want you all out there listening, really set your intent and really be able to think about what you want to achieve in 2020. This is Jim T. Chong, the Wokstar, along with
Ronnie, staying sharp. Hey, you guys. I don't do medications though. THC, CBD, that's all natural herbs and essential oils. Stick with it, y'all.
Great. Catapult yourself into
Know yourself.
2020. Yeah. Take care. Walk the talk.